Hello everybody, how are we? Ready for another evening of fun and games? I will just be with you in a second. I'm just going to go make sure everybody's jumping over from the Discord into here. Excellent stuff. My concurrent viewers have just dropped from 5 to 1. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll just refresh this. Okay, now I can see the comments tab. Okay, good stuff. So today we have 3 fighters. I've had 3 people get back to me regarding my queries about their aircraft, which is good. So I just thought, well, it's kind of enough. Hello Ollie, how are you? So let's load one of those up straight away, and I am going to make sure the volume is turned right down. My eyes are itchy. Project Velocity, SF1 Raptor, hello. Ollie S Games. Where are we? Just let me check something. Ollie S Games, is that a new handle? Or is... no, sorry, the other user I was thinking about was... it's there. Ignore me. Please ignore me. Where are we? Yes. We have a... so, as is usual for the Fighter Subscriber Preliminaries, we have a 2v2 going. Please let me know what the sound levels are like. How my voice is and everything. Because as I said, I've switched this mic. If you saw my comment on Discord, I found out my good stuff. Good stuff, Ollie. I love a bit of an A10. Always a good craft to make. As I mentioned in the Discord a little while ago, I discovered my microphone wasn't set up properly, so I changed it so it's set up as it should be, which is how it is now. Then I discovered that having it set up improperly was actually very good and meant that you don't get any of the reverb. So my apologies if it does sound a bit reverby. And your F-22. A10 versus F-22, I'm not sure that would be an entirely fair fight, but I'd like to see it. Okay, so this is the W8 Quartz by Aditya Singh. I might try and do the thing I do. See if I can do the thing I do with this at the start of the Fighter Subscriber videos. Just to give you a look round, it has 2 Vulcan cannons, the 2 Saturn engines. I think it's 10 missiles. 4 AMRAAMs, 6 Sidewinders. Yeah, that very box-shaped craft. So please let me know what you think of this particular craft. For the moment, though, I am going to get these all switched on. You're turning, aren't you? Oh, you little. We'll deal with you in a second. You're turning as well. Right. We'll just sort this a second. My YouTube's Ollie S Games. Sorry, I thought you were a different. I thought you were a different subscriber, Ollie. I do apologise. That's what I call Air Brakes TM. Looks Soviet. It does look very Soviet, doesn't it? Jesus, my hay fever is kicking off something really chronic at the moment. Oh dear. Right, so we need to go and start these engines. Where everybody rotates back to where they were. You're already almost back there. What did I just do? Oh, crap. Nothing broke, which is nice. We'll just pretend that never happened. Forward a bit. Yeah, nothing broke. No, we're good. And you want... Yeah, Jesus, this thing's rotating quickly. So what we'll do is we will quick save it. Just bring that up. We've got 8 viewers. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see who else is going to come join us. Is this one of those? I just looked away accidentally. That's the ticket legged like that is exactly it. I apologise if I'm sniffing like anything. I don't know what it is. I've just come up here. I've been fine all day, and then I just sit down and suddenly, boom. It's like, I don't know if there's just like a cloud of pollen that's been waiting in the study just to leap up my nose. I might have to go deal with this at some point, but for the time being, we have a preliminary round to crack on with. So I will just write down... Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Right, let's quickly get these into the air then for this first fight. Right, so kills, deaths, safe from philosophy. Oh god, don't remind me about my PC cooling fan. I took it. I don't think I cleaned out the fins on the cooler until well, since I built it, which is going to be getting on about 7 years ago. And it's yeah, if it was running a little hot, then I now know why. Anyway, Valentina and Richmond will get their missiles away, turning quite nice. It's quite a manoeuvrable craft. It's a very nice craft. I had 2 choices between this, the W8 Court, and another one that the teacher sent me. And the other one just didn't have... This one needed arming, so I armed it. The other one just didn't have that little bit of oomph, that little manoeuvrability. Sort of that manoeuvrability to, well, to be able to dodge missiles. It really did not have a good turning circle. Everybody coming in. Valentina didn't manage to get away another volley of missiles there. Braking hard to dodge. Oh, those got very close. Those got very close indeed. W8 has suddenly decided it's done with names. It's not going to bother. It's going to become unnamed. Shedding parts left, right, and centre. Ritual Cavalry's still going for it. He still does have guns, he still does have some missiles actually. Not anymore though. Oh dear. The water got in before the Sidewinders could. So that is, both the Cyclones are looking good, so that is just 2 deaths and a loss. Tactical weight saving. I did think these craft might actually stand a decent chance against my Cyclones. They're Saturn armed, they're quite manoeuvrable, they've got 2 of the 3 Cyclones, 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 2 of the 3 Cy some decent armament, but that didn't. They really did seem to have problems avoiding missiles there. I'm not sure if my my cyclones had burnt through their AMRAAMs and were now onto the sidewinders, which can be difficult to avoid, especially if you've got Saturn engines. Let's get this going straight away then. Yeah, they didn't do as well as I was expecting though. It was a different beast. 3v3, yeah. I mean, the reason I'm doing 2v2s here is it's just really a time thing. I mean, 3v3s are just longer by their very nature, and adds about potential frame rate difficulties and simulation rate difficulties and all that. And it's longer to set up. It's just you could just get these out of the way one after the other pretty quickly, so you've got to do lots of individual fights just to make sure you've got a fair measure of the craft. Then yeah, the 2v2 is pretty much the way to go. Valentina launches her own missile as they start breaking low. Those two go safely past her tail end. Does manage to get another AMRAAM away. Now once again breaking the incoming missiles. Something just explode. No. Okay. Maybe a little too tail on. Maybe going a little too head on. Oh, that's close. Just not getting. I don't know if it's too much wing surface which is causing them to slow down too much in the turn. The debris still popping. The chaff. Oh, you're too head on. You are going straight into it. Yeah, see, this is still capable of popping chaff. I mean, if it's sidewinders coming in, they're not going to do much good because there's nothing really to target. No engines going. I am very surprised by this. Quite how easy it's been for the Cyclones so far. It's over game volume. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to do. Turn down this. Sorry, guys. Wing service, higher turn speed. Okay, so as usual, for the third fight, I'll follow the Cyclones up. Very interesting to get it from the Cyclones' point of view, actually. Gear up. Yeah, I really thought these craft would do well. Mind you, as I've been saying, the competition has stepped up quite a lot. So with the rebalanced craft and the the preliminaries, the preliminary format, making sure we do get some really good craft coming through. I'm sure everybody here has seen the fighter subscriber from earlier today. Yeah, so that's. What is it? I don't think we've ever had a craft manage more than... We had one craft get 18 points. I don't think anyone else has been above 13 points for the duration of fighter subscriber. Is that correct? I think it might be. But yeah, we've got one on 18 points and one on 17 points already. It's... You see, that one didn't go far past the tail of the Cyclone. I'm starting to wonder if it is just losing a bit too much speed in the turn. Maybe going a little too much on the manoeuvrability side of things. Jebediah Kerman. There's a brief pause there. I'm not sure if one of the... Yeah, one of the courts has been taken out already. Jebediah Kerman loosing some more AMRAAMs. It is AMRAAMs that are getting them. Having to break off now. Missile incoming. I don't... Because I had to arm this... if I have to armor craft, I will just... I'll just stick the weapons on it. I'm not going to do anything special. I'm not going to balance the weapons. I'm not going to tune the weapons. So if you do want your craft to make sure your... Jesus, what happened? Just obliterated. If you want to make sure your craft really does have a fighting chance, you are kind of going to have to make sure you do all that stuff yourself. Flying a B-152. Season 3 rocks. I call a lucky fluke on that AMRAAM that killed me. My bomber is going supersonic. I'm not sure how true to life that is, but no, you do get supersonic fighter bombers, but both the Cyclones looking okay. So let's move on to the fourth fight. Bomber is going supersonic. B-152. I'm going to look... Is that a real-life craft? Right, so fourth fight for these guys. Let's get them up into the air. The only B-152 I can find, I'm just wondering if it's a real life craft, because the only B-152 I can find on Google is a civilian aircraft. You change over the black. I did consider doing that one. So, you know, the black anvil, the white anvil, and then a tiny little... Because the small one is a quarter scale of the large one, and then presumably to keep it going I need to do another quarter scale one, like scale it down by a quarter again, but that's just going to be minute. Maybe if I do it like full screen. Anyway, the competition starts. Surely the W8 Quartz must be able to manage something. A lucky missile hit. Surely that is all it would take at the moment. Braking low, dodging missiles, those Saturn engines going full pelt. Those missiles go behind. Valentina pulls hard around, looses another missile. Becoming a little bit more manoeuvrable. Both the Cyclones are now focused on the other W8 Quartz. This might give Valentina the perfect opportunity. She needs to hope that those other craft just stay off her a little bit longer. Let's bring up the... and if her wingman can just hold on for a little while. Now though it looks like Valentina does have the attention of one of those Cyclones. Pulls hard around. Which weapon will she go for? It's the guns. It's the guns. And the Cyclone is having to dodge from missiles. It was a joust. It was a joust. Both the Quartzes in good working order at the moment. Those missiles are going too close though. Just bits stripped off of it as it flies. Valentina can't... it was looking so good. It was looking so good, but this really is looking bad. And that's a sidewinder to the face, and there's no coming back from that. Another missile coming in, but as per usual, oh, just misses. B1B 58 F111 and all. There is a B52. B52. If you've got a B52 to go supersonic, that's quite impressive. As I said, there are supersonic fighter bombers. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to remember the French one. I mean, the British one, you had the Panavia Tornado. Also, basically, the Harrier jump jet was primarily a ground attack craft. Although it was, you know, it did have a certain multi-role versatility to it. But now, of course, most of that's going to be for the British end of thing. Most of that sort of role is going to be used. The F-35 is going to be used for that sort of role. But again, the F-35 more a multi-role craft, which tends to be what people go for nowadays. Right, final fight for the W8 Courts. I'm hoping they got close that last one. They got close. Can they go one better? Can they actually get a kill? Or maybe even win the round? So, 7 kilometres, 7.5. I don't know why this hay fever is acting up now. It is weird because I've been out for a walk in the countryside today. Me and my wife went up to meet with my brother and his relatively new girlfriend, and we just went for a lovely little walk. And you know, I was fine. Then I sit indoors, and suddenly, ooh. We live in a fairly green area, so I suppose like the window is a little bit open, so it might be something to do with that. No lucky missile kills for the Courtses so far. Valentina looks like she'll just stay and dodge the missiles as things stand. That one does go well past her tail. Looks like Richard Kerman is still trying to get missiles into one of the cyclones. Valentina does get one of her missiles away before starting to dodge again. Is just about picking up enough speed to dodge those missiles. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I think it's just losing too much speed in the turn. I don't know why you would let off on the throttle there, Valentina. That is playing with fire. Where's Rich Kerman? Is he managing to... Yeah, it looks like Valentina Kerman just played with a little bit too much fire there. I think this is a Sidewinder coming in. And some guns. Richmond gets scorched. I don't think anything terminal there. The other Cyclone is a long way away. Launching missiles from quite a distance. Richmond popping countermeasures. But has the attention of two Cyclones. So, yeah. A craft with potential. I'm not sure that missile is going to do anything. I think that was possibly a little in vain. That is almost head on. That is balls out stuff from Richard Kerman there. We'll need to... You're two head on. You're two head on. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah. I find it interesting the way that the cockpit almost never survives. That's quite interesting. You get some very, very interesting bits of debris falling to the ground. Oh, I had so much hope for this craft. I dock an F-22 on 747, I can't undock. Junamoose, hello Junamoose. Hello Maximus Light, good idea, not knowing how to dodge a missile when it needs to dodge a missile, exactly. Oh, Junamoose, sorry, it came and went before I realised what was happening. Now I know why planes won't turn. Richmond brought his brass balls on board. Oh dear. Where are we? Let's move on to our next. We're not in any rush tonight because we've only got the 3 craft. I do kind of need to finish by about 9:30. But as I said, we've only got 3 to get through. 3 to get through that we need to get through, and then we'll open up the mailbag and see what we have in there. A couple of craft I'd like to take a look at from Tom R and Ali Usman, and as per usual, Legodlak has provided some goods as well. I've got connection issues, have to watch this later. Sorry to see you go, SF1 Raptor. I hope the connection issues resolve. So anyway, Submarine M1, one of my subscribers who has changed his identity so often, who changes his identity so often, his username so often, I just lose track. But this is his World War II inspired entry, the ME262. It's an interesting craft. It has these, I think they're 30mm guns, these SKBK 3.7 HE explosive. I don't know anything about those guns. But yeah, it's an interesting craft. Chock full of liquid fuel. I'm just going to see if any of them are rotating. No, they all seem to be pretty okay. So let's get the engines switched on and quick save this. Just make a quick note here. I think everybody on this fight is using Panthers, hence why there's no real noise when I turn the engines on. F5, and then let's start the competition. So this is the ME262. I shall call it the Heavy. No chaff. This thing does have countermeasures. I had to put countermeasures on here. There weren't any to begin with. Which, I mean, it's a brave submission. I've got to give Submarine, or whatever his new username is at the moment, because I've lost track, some credit, because once again, a display of balls out stuff here on our fighter subscriber preliminaries. They've just got to try and, well, hope they get close enough to get those guns away. It's just going to be a case of picking up enough speed. They don't have that really tight manoeuvrability. Sometimes you need it. It will be a case of just hoping they can hold on until they close the distance. Richmond Kerman actually not currently being targeted by missiles. Might want to come about and see if he can do something. Oh, his wingman just got shredded. Valentina Kerman hanging on in there. As more missiles rain in. God, it's a hardy little sod, isn't it? Richmore Kerman, though. Trying to line up a target. Doesn't seem to be that interested in action. Oh, Jesus! Doesn't seem to be that interested in actually using its weapons. And now gunfire coming in. Loses the tail section. Flips out. The Cyclones come in, just stripping parts. Again, we're down to one of the ME-262s with only one of its engine nacelles. This time without any semblance of a tailplane, though, and that just means it's going to just spin itself into an early grave. Right. 1 loss, 2 deaths. I just want to check something. So yeah, the guns have ammunition, but the AI doesn't seem to want to fire them. I'm not sure if it's because there's not actually any ammunition on board. Ah. We'll give it another try. And we'll see what happens. You are pointing a bit... Yeah... Rotating bug again. Please pull up before you hit the runway. Good stuff. Ollie, you okay there? What plane should I make? Any suggestions, guys? I do like this plane a bit. I mean, it's got a lot of character, hasn't it? I'm not sure how well it would really survive. In like the 3v3 gauntlets, but yeah, it's an interesting craft. Dodges missiles. They seem to be okay dodging missiles. I think it might be just because they don't have that maneuverability, if I can say the damn word. They don't have any choice but just sort of dodge the missiles as best they can without... I mean, they don't have any choice anyway. They don't have any missiles of their own. But it means they do maintain a bit of speed as well. This ME-262 continuing to dodge, climbing now, missiles going... Sorry, I'm about to say engines going full pelt. Never mind, eh? Richmore Kerman. Head-on collision. Nice. Could be a nice showcase, not a jet fighter. It does have a radar. It does have a radar. I'll just check I'll check the instructions I was given. No, just an ungodly mods list and that craft. And given that it was sort of semi-armed, I assume that's what Submarine wanted me to go with. I don't know, because as I said, he does keep changing his username quite often. So I don't know what I should call it. The artist formerly known as Submarine M1. It hurts every time they explode. Well, I mean, I got sent the craft. I installed the mods. For it, so I think no matter what I'm sent, I will give it a fair shot. At least for this season. We'll follow up the Cyclones for the middle fight, as per usual. So yeah, but I think the writing's on the wall for this one. Make a plane comes routing from into a fighter and a passenger plane. So if you could make a plane that could transform into a fighter and a passenger plane, I mean, that's going to be one hell of a multi-role. Fighter and passenger transport, that's... Anyway, the Cyclones have come about, they've launched their missiles. It is a nice showcase plane. I think that's kind of what Samuel, because that's his name, Samuel makes. He does make nice little showcase craft. I'm not quite sure about the suitability of this for Fighter Subscriber, but it's I think everybody's enjoyed seeing it. It's designed to be a carrier craft. I did get a carrier as well. There goes one of the ME 262s. Valentina Kerman still trying to hold it together. No, it didn't work in the end. But no, it's very much this sort of World War II themed stuff. It could have done with a missile or two. I'm not shredded by guns as the Cyclones pull hard around. Right, 2 more for this. So the Cyclone is the craft with most kills this season. Oh, I hadn't been keeping track. What am I? Hang on 1 second. Yeah, it would be, because it's. Sorry, I'm slow. Hello, Diamond Got. What if you hit 1k subs? I mean, you really have to beat it up to being it down. Sorry, I think there's various conversations going on in the chat, and I'm getting a little confused. Let's get this going for the 4th fight whilst I try and decipher what's going on. I mean, you really have to beat it up to being it down for the most part. I'm going to assume there's a typo in there somewhere. Either that, or as well as being slow, I'm slowly losing the ability to English. Diamond God, what if you hit 1k subs? Well, we are current Social Blade projections is late July. for the 100k subs. I mean, well, before I started recording, we were on 845, which is quite good because last year we had the 1 year, our first birthday special, and I mentioned that my social media predictions were that I would have 840 on the second birthday. And then later, come sort of autumn, winter time, things were going really well, and it was predicting that we'd be up, above 1,000 by the time the second birthday came around. And then I had 2 major internet outages. I had real scheduling problems, sort of in the middle of winter, and so that fell away, and the growth slowed right down. And at that point, I was just hoping that I would hit that 840 before the second birthday. Just at least things haven't gone too badly wrong. At least the channel growth hasn't been hurt too much if we get to that mark, and we've hit it. So I'm not too sad about that. I mean, you have to beat it up to bring it down. Oh yes, bring it down. I see what you mean. Yes, you do. It's a hardy craft. It is. Those cyclones are certainly having to put a fair bit of damage into them to finish them off. This might be it though. Valentina Kerman. It is currently flying below the cyclone's altitude floor at the moment though, which might turn to its advantage, although not if it climbs above 500 feet, because now the cyclones are going to start taking an interest and start stripping parts. And it's into a flat spin, and that's going to make it pretty much a sitting duck. For just missiles or guns, I'll have to see which one the cyclones go for. Where's the other cyclone? So this one, it will probably go for missiles. Yep, there we go. Trying to pop countermeasures. Guns coming in. Those flares actually managing to distract the sidewinders there. Yeah. And a pretty ideal target for the sidewinders as well. Ideal altitude for the sidewinders as well. Gunfire coming in though. Strips off a few more parts. There goes the engine. Down comes the landing gear. And Valentina Kerman survives. Not the greatest landing you've ever seen, but there we go. Okay, last fight now. Guns. Yeah, the guns are not. The guns do not seem to be working. I don't know what that is. I can fire them myself. I'm not sure if it's just because they don't have the correct ammo. But the problem is I'm not sure what the correct ammo for this weapon is. Oh yeah, landing. As they say, anything you can walk away from. It's just carrying your internal organs in, holding your internal organs in as you do so. So last fight for the ME-262. This does remind me, I think I may have mentioned this. I think actually I did mention this last time. I'm thinking about, amongst other things, rules for next season of Fighter Subscriber. I think I did mention this last time actually, but I just wanted to reiterate it. First of all, I'm going to have a list of standard mods, a list of very common mods, and say to people, if you want anything else other than what's listed here, fine. Provided it's not too obscure, too overpowered, won't cause any compatibility issues, that's fine. But you're only allowed 2 more than are on the list here. They can be whatever you like within, obviously, those restrictions, but, you know, just keep it down to 2, possibly 3. It's going to stop the right ammo with the universal box. I'm not sure. Does it? The universal ammo box job, which are those are always fun. I'm not sure where if it has one, but if it's something like this where I've had to go through and load up a whole load of mods and then put countermeasures on it, and it's already got weapons, I would expect it to have the ammunition it needs as well, because it does need face on into a missile from the ME262. And to be quite honest, I'm not sure, judging by how things have gone so far, I'm not sure how much having the correct ammunition would have helped. It is as you say, it's a showcase craft. It's not a dedicated fighter. Yeah. So, some remnants that the Cyclones are shooting at, and getting quite close actually. But not finishing the job, the sea does that for them. Right, on to the final craft we have for the preliminaries. And then we can move on to a bit of mailbag stuff. Is Spy Around Here online actually? I don't know where he is. Nonetheless, I think the good rule, I'd even go as far as just one more mod than this because it can get kind of crazy. Cough, interstellar, cough. Okay, so for our final craft of the preliminary section of this stream, we have the Regile Mark II by Spy Around Here. N and MB nerfed, airplane plus BDA tweak scale, and stock is all you need, and MB is purely optional for looks. I might also go for something like Fire Spitter, procedural wings, procedural parts, that sort of thing, because those are part of my ordinary install and they're quite common mods. This does contain sort of the Mark 22 cockpit mod, which I looked at. It is I am just going to make sure the intakes are closed because similar to the NMB cockpits, they are quite overpowered. I have had to go into the parts here as I did with the NMB cockpits and make sure the radar is in keeping with the BD Armory standard. Although this was pretty much there anyway, I just had to add a couple more bits just to make sure it was exactly the same. So yeah, this is the Regile. I have no idea. Fire Spitter is integral from Airplane Plus. Oh, I see. But yeah, so that's kind of a rule I was just thinking of. Anyway, is anybody rotating? Nobody's rotating. I don't really need to do this on the Cyclones because I know they'll take off when I hit the button anyway. But regardless, let's quick save and let's see these guys in action. Oh, there was another rule I was contemplating. I've forgotten what it was. GAU-8 armoured, by the way, these craft. 4 AMRAAMs, 4 Sidewinders, and the GAU-8. The air intakes have been disabled on this cockpit. I just went in and made sure of that. That's why it's got the 2 air intakes here. Oh, I remember what it was. I'm thinking of making the rule that the functionality of the cockpit, air intakes, radar, ECM jammers, those all have to be performed, those functions all have to be performed by separate parts. Just to make sure we don't get any sort of some of the ridiculously overpowered mods like NMB. It sort of discourages their use, or make sure if they are used that it throws enough of a hurdle in there that there can not really be much advantage gained from it. Valentina Kerman managing to dodge those missiles. Has launched one of her own. Still continuing to dodge. Does she have any coming in straight for her? I'm not sure. Richmond Kerman also managing to dodge. Still missiles coming in. Does get away a second missile of his own. Had gone right off the throttle as he was trying to dodge missiles there. That is bizarre. Although Valentina Kerman, now within gun range, goes in for a joust. Nothing doing. And now having to pop countermeasures. Does get a missile away of her own. Those are coming far too close. Daphne Kerman just has to dodge that last missile, which I think she's done. And that is the first fight for the Regile Mark II, and it has not gone particularly well. It's not going particularly well for any of our craft today. 2 deaths, that's 1 loss. And both cyclones. Is that still saying there's the Regile Mark II in the... What's going on? Oh, I'm not sure. Probably just some debris floating to the ground. Let's crack on with it. The Regile, I'm calling it the Regal for all simplicity, has rocket launchers it can't use. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. I can't stop installing more over 50 mods and I can't. Oh dear. Yeah, I know some people just go mad with the mods on KSP. Where I have to keep stopping and starting it reasonably often, I think I'd go mad with the load time, I think. Let's get this second fight underway as soon as possible. Your NNB nerfed is great. Yeah, I mean, there's some mods. There's some mods that really just. There's some basic mods. Airplane plus Fire Spitter. As someone was saying, those two come as a combo. There's things like the procedural parts. There's parts packs like QuizTech Aero, NMB. But there's just so many little obscure ones. I mean, the things I've had to install to make sure that Submarines craft worked. And there was another craft I got sent, which, again, ridiculous mod list of some, including some quite obscure mods. And then it turned out the whole thing was just the craft was excessive anyway. I mean, 242 parts. You can imagine what that would have been like had it made it through to the gauntlet round. That would not have been pretty viewing. Valentina Kerman doing a lot better here. Managing to come in. That missile launched perhaps a little late. Looks like it will trouble the Cyclone though. Not too much. I think part limit might come into play. I mean, as someone said, yeah, 242 is just. I think just with the 2v2s, that's going to be problematic. Oh, these are looking like they're on the money. And one of them's gone, and the other one's gone. Both cyclones still in perfect health. So 2 deaths. So 12 fights down. 12 fights down so far, and the Cyclone F1B is still not suffered so much. I don't think they've suffered so much as a scratch so far. There is such a thing as a fuel tank air intake part. The thing is, those NMB cockpits, they do have a very high hit point. So they do have a lot of hit points. And third fight, so we'll follow up the Cyclone. So there's that as well. It is that thing of just having parts sort of blown off. There is one part that's sort of an fuel tank and air intake that's stock, but that's it. I mean, the fact I've had to nerf the radar to quite the extent I have with the NMB cockpit. Tom R, hello! I sent you 10 fighters. You've sent me a lot of fighters. I've got one of them here ready to go for when we do the when we get to the mailbags section of this stream. Anyway, the fight begins, and with guns you just peel stuff away from behind. Okay, so the camera's still blurry. If anyone else can verify that. The 3 stock air intake, fuel pots and basic ASP. Yeah. Chevrolet Kerman braking low. Daffy Kerman getting right into the thick of the action though. Getting right up close and personal. Another couple of AMRAAMs away. I'm not sure how much trouble they will cause the Regiles or the Regals, or I don't know. Does have weaponry incoming now though. Has to break off. Looks like both the Regiles have managed to get missiles away. This is looking dangerous. This is looking. Oh, just about managed to get away with that. Get scorched. Alleluia, one of today's craft is managing to put damage into one of the Cyclones. Has lost all of the control surfaces from that back edge of the wing. That looks like that's Sidewinders going in from the other Cyclone, which might prove so problematic for that Regile. We'll have to see. Dappy Kerman though. Damaged though her craft is, she is not giving up. Putting chase to Valentina Kerman and maybe even managing to do some serious damage. How's the other Regile getting on? Looks like this one has got Valentina Kerman in its sights though. Just closing that distance. Will Valentina Kerman manage to hold on? Does manage to hold on. Pulls the old switcheroo. No missiles. We'll have to go for guns. I think there's a Sidewinder coming in. I think it might have locked on to Valentina. But it looks like it sails harmlessly past. The other Cyclone took a battering. I thought it took a bit of a knock, but I didn't think it was anything fatal, but no. Daffy Kerman in a whole world of trouble at the moment. I don't know why these Regiles are having such a problem catching up with Daffy Kerman. I mean, Missiles coming in close, not quite close enough though. Because this is running on Panthers, and those two craft are Saturn-based craft. Valentina Kerman has switched. I think it's trying to do ground runs at the other Cyclone. Yeah, I'm not sure. Daphne Kerman's just running away, heading for the mountains. It's an aim 9. I'm not sure where that came from or where that's going. Seems to be heading for that. No idea. But this Cyclone, I'm not sure what it's doing. Does it still have weapons? It still does have its guns. But if it's lost ammunition, the AI might not actually fire it. Yeah, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this one for the Regiles. I think that's the only fair thing to do. Blur of joy to watch at the moment. I don't know why I'm blurry. I don't know if there's some autofocus that needs to happen. Is it been like that since the start? Anyway, let's reload up for the next fight. Has it been blurry since the start? Because if it has, I think I might know what's going on. No, it's not been blurry since the start, so I'm not sure what's happening. I might try and get a bit more light. If there's an autofocus, a bit more light might help it work out what's going on. Right, let's get straight into this fourth fight. Ah, interesting. Anyway, fourth fight. Somebody has finally managed to damage the Cyclones today, which is a bit of a blessed relief. Yeah, a few craft coming up for you once we have finished this fight and the next fight. We have the Hannah by Ali Usman, an updated stock version of the craft I tried to show you last time. Then we have the TR7 Piranha by Tom R. 10 fighters. Tom, I hope you're within the rules, lol. It doesn't matter for the, because this is just going to be sort of mailbag streams, mailbag stream stuff. So we're not doing a preliminary with your craft. We're not doing like proper preliminary fights with your craft. So if it's just a mailbag stream, it doesn't matter how you make them. I mean, submissions for season 3 are now closed. Submissions for what happens next haven't opened yet, because we will be changing the rules quite drastically. There'll be, I mean, for instance, just to give you a preview of some of the other changes I'm planning to make. Maximum of 1 ECM jammer, which cannot be clipped or part clipped into the aircraft. Something's just exploding. There goes the other Agile. Valentina Kerman will have to try and manage this one on her own. Not looking good though. Another Cyclone closing in fast. Valentina managed to get a missile away. Those were close. Looked like there might have been a potential for a friendly fire there. Valentina comes hard about. What is she going to do? She's not pointing towards anything in particular. That's a bit weird. Popping countermeasures. Guns come in. Strip her of both engines at the same time. Valentina Kerman is in all sorts of trouble now, and I think that's her done for today. The other Cyclones, yep, good working order. Daphne Kerman has selected missiles. I'm not sure how productive that's going to be at that range, especially for the craft without engines. But that is 2 deaths and a loss for the Ridge Isles. That's anyway, first V-Wing is F-bomb the Sentry wife JDAM. Mark claims about excessive abuse of KSP physics usually rather than damage. Pitted against the Slapter Mark IV. Okay, anyway, yes, we got one final fight for this. And then we'll have, what, probably about 50 minutes left. 50 to 45 minutes left of the stream. And then we can... and then we'll just look at some of the craft we've been sent. So Tom, I've got the first craft you sent me. If you want to send me that other one, we'll take a look. Should be interesting if your V-Wing is as good as you say. We'll have a look at your V-Wing then. I'll just have to... let's get this fight going. And off we go. Warcraft in the air. Yeah, got bumped across there, so probably a good thing we offset the launch positions. Takeoff positions, I should say. How are we doing? 5.5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 6.5 kilometers, 7. Any moment now. Can you make an air show, please, KSP? We'll see what we can do. Like wing clipping and engine clipping are usually what I worry about. So long as the ETMs stay below 3, it's usually not an issue, even if it's clipped. I do not like using more than one. I think they are sufficiently effective. We've seen it with the. I think that's what's happening with the Slapter Mark. Sorry, the Slapters. The Slapter 3s. They were just so small, and with 2 ECM jammers, you couldn't really target them. So I'm going to. I think I will limit it to 1. Regardless of what else I decide to do with it. Everybody coming around. Richmond Cum seems to be getting the bulk of the missiles, just one after the other, but he does manage to dodge them all. Valentina Cum coming in. May be able to get a bit of quick revenge. Launches an AMRAAM. And it looks like Richmond Cum has been hit. One of the Cyclones taken out as well. A missile kill, a lucky missile kill from Valentina, and it is 1 against 1. Valentina comes about. Still the 1 AMRAAM, still 4 Sidewinders. Gets her last AMRAAM away. And now it's down to the Sidewinders. If gets 1 Sidewinder away. Now this is a perfect distance for those missiles. Another Sidewinder away. Looks to be tracking well. Oh my word! It is a second victory for the Ridge Isles. And that is all that remains of that. All that remains that's registered. I mean, there's still half the craft over there. But this is all that's registering as the Cyclone at the moment. Oh. Okay. So, another 2 kills. Did get a death. Uh, 4 ECM plane is sluggish because of the weight. I mean, I did some testing with the XF1 Gladius, and there was definitely a, you know, from no ECM jammers to 1 ECM jammer to 2 ECM jammers. There was definitely a progression there. So I just think limiting it to 1. I mean, plus it's going to be manned fighter. It's going to be manned fighters only, so you're not going to be able to get something that's too small and too low a radar cross section. Anyway, let's load up my blank start file. Sam has my A10 is still in flight. 1 wing is cut off. I love that when you get a craft that's just that resilient to damage. It just keeps flying with just keeps going. The response date come but not close in. Manda-like drones are nice, but they don't really have a minimum mass. Yeah, that's true. So there will need to be some cockpit part with a Kerbal in it attached. Anyway, let's go see what we've been sent in the old email. Challenge accepted. Sorry, I just blew smoke right into the camera. Smoke vapor. So we are looking, so I can actually click on the sodding thing, for the Hannah by Ali Usman. Ali got in touch with me. He'd like yeah, that's the one I couldn't open because Harp Flare Box, I'm not sure what mod that's from. I think I've got an inkling because I recognise the name from somewhere. Oh, it's a box fighter. Ah, so basically Ali would like some input on this craft. Obviously we have we're looking at a drone here, not armed at the moment. Let's take this out. It reminds me very much of the Liberator Mark. Liberator, was it the Mark 1 we had for the first season? I don't know why, I just always click save before I click launch. Force of habit there. Need Saturns, I just sent you the viewing. Good stuff. There is no rule mandating no file craft. No file craft editing. Craft file editing. Yeah, Junimus. It was the Mark 1. I think. Yeah. Then we had the Mark something else with the second season, which was like it, but a bit more. Well, with some extra pointy bits, as I think is how I put it. Right. Let's go give this a test fight and see how we get on. I think you could cut down on the number on some of the landing gear. It's not bad in the turn. As always, it's a balance between how fast you turn and how much speed you lose in the turn. This isn't losing a lot, although it doesn't have the gimbling engines. It's got the ramjets, the whiplash ramjets, so it doesn't have those high gimbling. For a craft which doesn't have those high gimbling engines, it's actually quite manoeuvrable. Obviously, this version not armed. Yeah, save file editing might be problematic. There we go. Put 15 tons of explosives on missiles and have them 5,000 meter kill radius. Does the game not work when I load it into something like the spaceplane hangar? Does it not? Does the part specifications not sort of override anything you've done to the craft file? Oh, I just glitched with 2 Elevon's infinite rotation out of the solar system. I've done a bomb run, in a Vulcan bomber. I'm sure I've seen that spoof of Harry Potter, by the way. Yeah, not a bad craft. As ever, guys, Ali has asked for some feedback, so please, by all means, give it. I mean, it's, as a first run of a box wing drone, I quite like it. I mean, it. I think there's things that could be tidied up. I think you don't need. I think these inner two pairs of the rear landing gear are probably redundant. In fact, you might want to get rid of the rear one, because it will make taking off a bit easier, depending on where the centre of mass is. How much fuel did you put in this thing? Fuel doesn't look to be terrible. I'm going to revert flight to launch just to check that. Explosive mass is in the save file. You can change that. Do better with Saturns though, and big S Elevons, some engines, less wheels, weapons. Yeah, so it's very pleasing to the eye though. Yeah, I mean it's well put together. Yeah, okay, auto strut. Let's see the fuel. 740, so the overall the total fuel mass has been reduced. Let's take it back into the spaceplane hangar. Let's have a look at the centre of mass and centre of lift, and then we'll take a look at some of Tom's craft. So centre of mass, centre of lift. Yeah, so that's well placed. It has given you some good manoeuvrability. If you're not going for the gimbling engines, you could probably get away with making these two centres a little closer. Just bring that centre of lift in a little bit, the centre of mass back a little bit. Just as I said, where you haven't got the gimbling engines, you can get away with that little bit of extra manoeuvrability without sacrificing too much speed in the turns. But yeah, it's not bad as a first attempt. I hope people have given you some decent advice there. And as per usual, check out some of the craft we've got on Fighter Subscribe. My own craft are up on the out in my Steam workshop. But yeah, I like it. I mean, there's just this sort of straight side does feel a little bit too like boxy for me, but that's just my preferences. you could do with specialising these control surfaces, actually. Those, I'm not so sure. These, yeah. So, I mean, take these off of your... You could actually... You could almost do without these. You could just put some control surfaces on the back of these wings here. That would probably do the job just as well. Because that would be... I don't know, it's how much of this vertical wing surface you've got behind the centre of mass, and that's looking... Maybe keep those tail fins. I don't know, you might want to experiment with that. Adolf149, good to see you. You sent me a craft as well, actually, didn't you? Did you? Yes. I completely forgot about that. My apologies, Adolf, which is not something I thought I'd ever be saying. Let's open... No, I didn't mean to do that. Let's open show in folder. Let's get you over there, you over here. So that's the E1. By Adolf149, and the V-wing. It's the... I'm running out of space here. TR11. V-wing. By Tom R. Right. Who sent this to me first? Tom sent a different craft to me first, but I think I will go for his craft. His later craft, the TR11. Hang on, I didn't drag that across, did I? Hello, I'm clever. No, that's find a subscriber craft, SPH. E1. Show in folder again. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. And then just bring up the stream window again. I want to... Yeah, sorry. The season 3 preliminaries entries have been closed for a while now. We're just finishing off the last of the craft that had a bit of the last of the craft that had some issues with them. I am still waiting to hear back from some people. There's people who haven't replied. I'm not sure if I'm going to get responses for the rest, but I think. Unless something exceptional comes in, I think I'm going to say that's it for those. But anyway, let's go see this. Let's fight the V-wing. Okay. Ooh. Huh. Interesting. Mr. Bond. If we're going to put this in a fight against another craft, I might take these harm missiles off. Let's give it a different name. Just so we've got a different version with those harm missiles taken off. Cancel. Is it already an A? Yeah, sorry, no, that was me clicking twice, wasn't it? I did a bomb run in a Vulcan bomber on top of a 747. That's some surreal stuff you're getting up to, Ollie. Tail slap, stretch to MiG-21 in Photoshop. The countermeasure count. Yeah, I think... are these... How many of each do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm assuming the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might just take a couple... What's this? Smoke. We won't be needing smoke countermeasures, so we'll... I'm just going to strip some parts off of this that we're not going to need strictly, and too many countermeasures is going to really start to hit my frame rate, so I'm just going to prune these back. So we've got 5 of each side, so that's going to be... No, we've got 6 of these, haven't we? And 6 of these, so that is at the moment that's 12 of each. Yeah, that's still a little frame rate breaking. It's just so that we can get a decent fight going. I'll let you go with 8 of each. I think that'll be guns. Do we have guns? Forgot guns. Okay. The flares and the countermeasures. I mean, we're not doing preliminaries here. We're just asking about. So there's no real rules, but too many countermeasures can really do your frame rate in, which is what I'm primarily worried about here. My YouTube channel is Ollie Games. What's he using for the rockets and the guns? Rockets and guns. This is BD Armory. Hello, Ernie. Ern plays or Ernie plays? Yeah, BD Armory. So this is just basically ordinary KSP parts, but yeah, you get guns and radars and all that stuff. Is this a radome? Yes, it is. So okay, I've got your updated V-wing. We'll whack that into the space plane hangar. If it will load, I think. Okay, yeah, that's show in folder. Replace the file in the destination. Okay, let's reload. Don't save, because we're about to go and do this all over again. So I'll quickly go over this. 74 parts. Is this the... That's the A, isn't it? I just clicked on what's basically the same craft. That's the one. Oh, I see. Yes, the gun's there. Wow, 6 Vulcans. Okay. Yeah, not something we'd allow if this was a proper fighter subscriber episode. But as I said, this is just a mucking about stream. So we're not gonna, or this is the mucking about portion of the stream. So we're not going to worry too much about that. And then, just so my frame rate doesn't crash, we'll just strip off a few more of these. Whoopsie-daisy. And then we'll go fight this thing. So how many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take off one more. And yeah, we've... Okay, looking good. It does exist. There's got to be a danger of tail strike with this thing. There really has got to. Cool. Thanks. I've been searching for those for a while. I really appreciate that. My name. Yes, my name. Ernie. Good to see you, Ernie. Ernie from Muppets. Oh, sorry. It looked. Oh, I see. Yes. Look at channel. More than 4 Vulcans is useless anyway. Look at the wings. They're also cute. It's good. How many guns allowed? If this was fighter subscriber, it would be a maximum of 4 guns. 4 Vulcans. Look at this thing. Oh, there we go. That's the that's switch mode. I'm going to get this thing going quite fast. Gently does it, and we're up. And let's get those gear in. I accidentally turned stability assist off. Doesn't have a huge amount of roll authority. Not ridiculously manoeuvrable, but keeps quite a lot of speed in the turn. But I think where we are going to find some joy is with those 6 Vulcan cannons. And it's because those elevators are actually quite offset. Can I damage a building with just... Because I think you can with... Maybe not. But let's see how this gets. See how this does in a fight. 6 seconds. Go to the watch on Steam. KSP and A10M2. Yeah, no rules when having fun. If it was just on a messing about stream like this, we are losing the light from outside, so we're just gonna switch you on. Place vessel. Right, spawn vessel. I meant to cancel. Choose crew. Spawn vessel. Jebediah Kerman. We'll get Daffy alongside him. TR. And then we've got to look at Adolf's craft, and I think that's probably going to see us through to the end of the probably going to see us through to the end of the stream. There was some suggestion of boasts about this craft's performance, so we will be putting this up against the new Slaptor, the Slaptor Mark IV, Legged Lack's latest creation. Where are we? PGVX. We'll get Valentina Kerman in one of them. Ooh. Yeah, a different look, a different approach. Get you kind of lined up. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is the Vulcan armed version. The F-40. So here we go. Where's back to the P69 VX? Yeah, I don't know why I bothered with putting trying to put Valentina Kerm in one of them, because this is a drone. Are you roughly lined up? Yeah, that'll do. Get your brakes on. Like I'm assuming, since this is one of your craft, it will be ready to go. As in, I'll turn these guys on, and then we just start competition. F-40 has 40 parts. Oh, that's the landing. That's the landing. Takeoff. That's the little takeoff trolley being jettisoned. I was like, oh no, I don't have to reload, do I? But no, I don't. Takes off from the tail, though. I give them 2 minutes. You want to demonstrate why the air clipping is deeply unfair? Try the P40 dart. Oh my word! The Slaptor's getting their missiles away already. Just a cloud of flares. But it looks like it's not enough. It's just going to come. Oh! Gemini Kerman trying to get some missiles away, but it's just not happening. Having a bit more luck with the flares at this close range, although maybe now it might be a little too, a little too close. Yeah, these Slaptor 4s, they're they seem to be quite good. I really twitch every time the trolley explodes. Nicholas Collins, hello Nicholas. What I might do is, because what we're doing, it's 8 minutes past 9. I want to finish before 9:30, or at 9:30. So what I might do, is clear away the Slaptors. Just tidy them away. We'll break out Adolf's E1. No, what I am twitching about is saying Adolf's YouTube name, because there's might be some historical connotations behind that one, but I'm not sure if anybody's aware. Let's just bring this in. Let's have a look at this E1 then. 61. Went past it. 63 parts, low part count. Oh, interesting. Okay, just make sure, does it have ammunition? Yeah, there's a pair of 20mm ammunition ammo boxes. I think we'll try this. This might, I think, be a more reasonable opponent for the V-wing. Let's just launch this one. You hit for Jeff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Oh, sorry, I gained five subscribers during this stream. Wow. Oh, the Hooters guy. Yeah, but it was a common name before. That guy. Adolf Hooters. Oh dear. This is my plane. Yeah. Congo rats. Well, thank you very much. Whilst those planes, let's go for a quick test flight. I'm not sure if. Okay. Using the Panthers. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Weapons, the Vulcans have got. Saying ammo left 0. Might be shy of a bit of wing surface there. If you just watch as I'm turning there, it's taking the prograde vector a little while to catch up. What I'm going to do is revert this to a spaceplane hangar. It can perform much better. Well, feel free. We'll be doing. Next Saturday is the second birthday stream. It'll be the follow-up to the second birthday video. It'll be out on the Saturday. I'm just going to make sure that those ammo boxes. They do have plenty. Must just be something going on with the BD Armory window. Then I thought it said it didn't have any. Okay, yeah, let's go launch this again. I do like that. Yeah, but it was a common name before. That guy. Okay, let's get this into a fight. Let's just set this up quickly. We'll fight these two. Then I want to see. Well, then we'll get the Slaptor back out. Slaptor Mark IV, or just the Slaptor 4, and then we'll pit that against. Actually, Lego Lack has also sent me his another butchered version of my Red Hawks, so we'll get those up against the Slaptors. I think that should be quite reasonably entertaining. Let's make sure you're roughly lined up. Let's spawn another one. Oh, went past it. Valentino will get you with Richmond Carman. Someone a little while ago asked me why I just have choose crew. I don't just spawn new crew. It's just, well, sort of within the BD Armory videos. I now got sort of regular Kerbals that pop up, like Richmal and Daffy, and I just sort of like to keep it that way. So you just get the same Kerbals. You almost not quite building up a narrative, but you know what I mean. That sort of thing. I think we got the rotation bug with one of the V-wings. We'll switch your teams. You are turning a little over that way. Well, you don't seem to be too bad. The other one. Actually, you're sort of turning outwards, which isn't that terrible. Screw it. We'll just place you. F5. Turn on the engines. Let's get the fight going. At the moment I'm on vacation, have nothing to do. Hello, 0515. Good to see you. I'm getting scared because of my reflection on the screen. My face is so scary. Red Hawks aren't that butchered. To be honest, I got the butcher build this time. Hunting Joba kind of must. Workshop KSP A10M2. Tip in one. None is min. Please spot, please, son of Smith. Do you mean you've got that on your workshop? The other craft sent your battle better since I had time to balance. Ah, I see. Maybe we'll have to save that for a future, because the next mailbag stream will be, well, I mean, next week's stream will technically be a mailbag stream, because we'll be looking at all the daft creations you've sent me for, you know, the second birthday silliness special. So that will technically be a mailbag stream. Oh, the V-wing's already starting with the Sidewinder spam. The E1's avoiding it for now. I don't know, these crafts seem quite balanced and evenly matched at the moment. The other E1 going in with guns. Jebediah Kerman pulling some serious evasive manoeuvres. Seems to have come out of it okay for the time being. Yeah, so after the second birthday special stream, following on from the earlier video next Saturday, the next week we'll be back to an ordinary mailbag stream, and then I might be trying to. That looks like a Sidewinder coming in. That looks like a Sidewinder coming in very close. Yeah. And that's one of the V-wings gone. Daffy Kerman, though, seems to be doing all right for the moment. Avoiding guns. Yeah, they need a bit more manoeuvrability. Daffy Kerman going very low. Too low. Here comes the ground. Oh! Daffy Kerman. Yeah, I think they do need a little bit of balancing. I think these E1s could probably do with a bit more wing surface, because that might... because you see how big an angle of attack they're having to pull to turn. So just getting some more wing surface in there somewhere might be beneficial. But yeah, two very good craft. Anyway, we're gonna run out of time if we're not careful. So let's. Where's my start save? I just got basically just a blank save. There. Be a champ and do a 4-hour stream for 2 years. I am going to be knackered. I have to be up early that Saturday. For various reasons. So I'm going to have to be making sure this video is the Saturday afternoon video is done well in time for that, and then I've got this thing all through Saturday, and then I'm going to be coming to that live stream just dead on my feet. So I'm not sure how wise a 4-hour stream is going to be. KSP A10M2. Yeah, I said about that. 2 years, double the time. You want silly, you need to see the bird of prey I sent you. It looks just like a bird. Hey, now I forgot to add the ammo for the ME262. You know what I hear excuses. You're like, this is how you get snipers trailing you. We were on. We were out on some heathland, some shrubland, gorseland, whatever you want to call it, out in the New Forest. And we're just looking around, and I think it was something my brother said. It's like, yeah, if this was a war, if there was a sniper somewhere around here, you'd have no chance. Just, you're right, Steve. Oh, your head's exploded. Oh, never mind. What was I gonna do? The Red Hawk. The Red Hawk F3, I think, was the one. Okay, yeah, nothing too obvious with the changes there. Let's. I think you said the Cyclone was the one. I think it was the ammo box for 3.6 in gun ammo, but it should be a green box. Let's go and grab. The Cyclone. As you said, it was the Cyclone F3 that had really seen the most changes, that had borne the brunt of your butchering. Oh, interesting. You've got the engine pre-cooler. You've got change of the canals. You've got these little 4 wings there. Where have the guns gone? Right, well, I've got to go now, so later people have fun shooting things. I'll see you later, Maximus Light. Good to have you here. Daniel Garcia, a first time I've caught on your live stream. Daniel Garcia, good to see you. Your E1 did indeed win, Adolf. Kept the wingtip side. Where are the guns? Oh, they're there. Oh, I see. Just noticed those. Okay. Let's go launch one of these. Under the wings near intakes. Yeah. We'll get a couple of these, a couple of the Slaptor 4s, and we'll we'll see how that goes. Shed, I think you've shed 1.5 tons. Not bad. Strong moves change to strakes. Panthers went from 12 to 8 tons. I'll have to see what you did to those. I'm assuming part of it involved changing the Panthers out to Saturns, which will save some weight anyway. Okay, actually, let's not get them all the way over here. Let's get them a bit further this way, just for a change. So yeah, place you there. And spawn another one. Daffy Kerman. Yeah, sorry, Submarine M1. I'm not sure, looking at the craft though, I'm not sure how much actually having the ammo would have helped it. It's I think it was, as was said on here, it's a beautiful little showcase craft, but but I think that sort of craft might be sort of eaten for lunch during the competition. What was I doing? Yes, the Slaptors. Slaptor 4. P69 Slaptor 4, that's what I'm looking for. Is it at the top here? Yes. So one of those, and Valentina Kerman. If you look F2 maneuvers, my closed hanger snaps. Panther F3 up maneuvers, my target training drone. The V-wing was awesome. Try the F40. I keep hearing stuff about this F40. I will have to give it a go. Oh, let's actually turn you like that. And then position. You're already pretty well positioned. Right, spawn vessel. Gone past it again, haven't I? P69. It's a drone, so it doesn't matter. Let's line you up vaguely with that. Okay, now assuming these have all been made or remade by Legolac, I'm assuming I don't have to worry about engine starting. Let's just get rid of vessel mover. Let's quick save this. And let's just start the competition. We'll follow the Slaptors up as we followed the other craft up in that last fight. That was interesting. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, they all seem to be in one piece there. All the missiles are there. Just a singular Saturn, but on a craft this size, that is an incredibly powerful engine. We're already at the 8-kilometer mark. The Slaptors turn effortlessly, get their missiles away. The Cyclone F3s, have they launched their missiles? I don't think they have. Kerbal Kerman turning hard. Daffy Kerman did manage to get a missile away, but doesn't seem to have done much. Jevedar trying to turn around and get missiles away himself, but oh! And the other Cyclone F3 just disintegrates at the same time. The Slaptor 4's not finished yet, though. Launched all but two of its sidewinders. Oh, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. There's those Vulcans. Oh, I see. Yes, you put them in like that. And what's that there? Oh, that's ECM jammer. I see. Which might be why the Cyclones had difficulty getting their missiles away. And the V-wing was awesome. Roughly outmaneuvers my target training drone. These fly much nicer than the Mark III too. Yeah, these are beautiful, ridiculous craft. I mean, just that single Saturn on the back of a craft this size. Just how much fuel do these things have? Oh, it's only got a capacity of 205, so I assume they do all right with that. But yeah, this was nice. This was a beautiful craft. And that brings us very nicely to about the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to go and see, just to see if... Yeah, 850 subscribers at the moment, so we've gained 5 during this live stream. So that is my SR171. Ollie, there's been some cryptic stuff from you tonight. I have to say, I do have to say, there's been some pretty cryptic stuff from you, but thank you for your thanks for your contribution. Submarine SM1, I'm wondering if you wanted to do a defender target mode where one team defends a target from the opposing team. What do you think? Defender target? So I suppose you could have something on the ground and then a couple of fighters who have to stop it being blown up, and then a couple of multi-role fighters coming in trying to destroy it, that kind of thing. Anyway, yes. Dump the missiles with backspace and make them fight each other. We'll backspace. Yep. Here we go. Oh, it's a joust. So, okay, but yeah, but we'll have to leave it there for today. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, or at least it would be, but one of the slapters just went straight into the ground. Okay, we'll have to call it a day there. Thank you ever so much for everybody for coming along. Thanks for everybody here who's a new subscriber. Good to see you. Please consider getting involved with, you've already subscribed, so please give the video a like. Follow me on Twitter. Get involved with the Discord. Quick rattle of the tips jar. All the links down below. Yeah, but I will be back Wednesday. Well, if all goes to plan, if I don't screw it up like I did last episode. Wednesday for the next Skyrim. Then next Saturday. Our second birthday happens on Tuesday, but Saturday is when we're having the celebration. We're putting the videos out and having the live stream, so that will be then. Hope you all enjoyed it, and you will have an interesting gunfight. Yeah, that was an interesting gunfight. I think it was fair. Glad you enjoyed the stream. I will see you soon. I will be. I'll be hanging around on the Discord, so if you need me for anything, you want to ask me any questions, I'll be there. You can get in touch with me via the comments, of course. Send me any craft via the email. I still need silly submissions for next Saturday's second birthday silliness. I'm running out of words beginning with S. Extravaganza. But apart from that, yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.